Okay, well, my life is just driving across town. That's like my whole life right now. I've had two deeply glorious and fantastic nights of sleep in my own bed. I have to tell you, I don't know if I look 10 years younger, but I certainly feel it. The update on everything that's going on, when I look at it through my prosperity mindset mind, that I am thankful. It is interesting when things are hard and you've been through hard things with the same people over and over again, is that you start to recognize a pattern. And one, I'm a lot more verbal about my position on here's the tone. We're not going to get mad at each other because we're all trying to do the best that we can. And so we're going to just automatically think that. So, right, always go to the positive of everyone's doing the best that they can. Because we don't actually have any slackers. So that's easy to do because everyone is loving and thoughtful and wants to help. So it's not always that easy in everybody's life. I get that. But right now, that's the premise. We can all work with it. We all have an agreement. Do what you can. Do what you can. And, you know, that is going ridiculously well. What I had, I knew my mom wasn't going to die from COVID, but that doesn't mean she's not going to die from something else. That COVID made her too weak to manage. But yesterday she really perked up a little bit. So I think if a little piece of pizza and a cookie might really help her. We've been able to smuggle a cookie to her almost every day, so that's good. But what I am learning through my prosperity mindset, right, is how easy it is to make up a story about how things are going, as opposed to being calm and just living in the story. Like, is there anything that has to be done right now? No, I kind of just need to sit here with these loving people as we heal or as we process or whatever. It's really easy to pick up all these other story pits around us of my sister's having this and my brother's doing this and my so-and-so, right? I mean, we have, it's just, the story just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you're in crisis, it really just needs to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think that's the biggest piece that I'm learning through this, is my life is often bigger and bigger and bigger because I like to do big things, that I like big problems, that I like to solve things that are very hard. And that's why I'm a great strategist, is because I can think in 1,000 variables at a time. I'm that weird person that can take in a ridiculous amount of information very, very quickly. I'm that person that listens to their Audible at 2.75. So I have an enormous capacity to take in information. So when I'm dealing with the things these are very personal and very quiet and, just require stillness. And that's not my specialty. Stillness is my non-specialty. So inviting, right? I just get to just sit in what's going on, right? And offer my loving support for everyone as we're all going through it. But that part right there of kind of advice that I gave kind of to myself, which was avoid storytelling, avoid trying to avoid taking in the story from everywhere else and start cutting it smaller and smaller and smaller, because the smaller the story, the easier it is to manage. And I can see how people have already small storied their life in depression, in a lot of things, right? We just, somebody just passed away that's in our family, extended family, who had died in her sleep, and they got there and they found out that she had been very ill for a long time and not told anyone. And they were horrified to see the ravages of her depression in her household, and that they realized that no one had been to her house, that she had come to them, to their stories, to their piece, but nobody had actually gone over there. And no one could remember the last time that they went over there. And I think that was another piece of going into someone else's piece. You know, there's a reason I stop over at my friend's house. There's a reason I show up at your door. There's a reason that, you know, I want in that door to see somebody, is because I want to see your life. That's the reason why my door is open. But it's really easy to smaller when you're in depression. But when you live a big, vibrant life and you suddenly have to put the brakes on and manage the chaos, and then, you know, you have this whole, you know, I have a whole circus train that's moving all the time. So, and then I have this deep responsibility to solve things, right? So it is just smaller and smaller without feeling like I'm losing my life or anything. I don't feel that way. But it is just taking the story and pulling it a lot closer, just openly telling everyone, hey, not going to be able to answer phone calls right now. And that part, everybody understands. I used to feel weird about that, but I don't anymore. That, to just say, hey, I'm tripping, kind of, you know, need to keep my storyline real tight right now, and keep everybody posted, right? Because they want to know, they want to help, they want to make sure that you're okay and that your family's okay. And my mom in this has a very big fan club. Sometimes managing her fan club is exhausting for me, because there's so many. And she has a big fan club, which is super fun, and makes healing better, right? It makes it so much better. So whereas my stepdad doesn't have as big of a fan club, so he just, you know, he has a different sets of stuff to manage, and he also has lots more details, lots more kind of collusions of things that happen. So, yeah, having them both sick at one time, and really sick, like dangerously sick, very, very, like, this is a critical round-the-clock care conversation. They require round-the-clock care. And, yeah, so I'm kind of working that through. Today we're having a safety meeting with my brother, who I love, on what we're going to do, because today's Saturday. So I have 2 more days where he can stay. So I have tonight. He'll be able to do night duty tonight and night duty on Sunday. So I've got to come up with a plan for Monday. And I was supposed to leave town, but it's just not looking that way. It's just not looking like I'm going to get out of here. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm healthy. I'm feeling better. That everything is fine. It's fine because I'm sending my brother to Costco today with a list that my mom made. So, like, if she's able to make a Costco list, she's on the mend. That's for sure. And learning that, through all of these very painful experiences, my entire family is growing. They're growing in a way that they can talk to each other. They're growing in a way that they can be thoughtful without feeling as though their actions are going to be misconstrued. I'm also feeling really good about the fact that that we can recognize that there's a lot of pain that goes alongside us being in pain or worry. There's a lot of pain that is not processed that comes back. So, right, you start to remember the other times you were in this hospital or the other times you were at this situation or whatever. I mean, my mom lives in St. Paul, so it is a smallish city, but you're going to the same hospitals, you're going through, these situations over and over again. So, we have had our aunt in there, we have had other people in that same hospital, and we have had, been on that mental health ward or in that emergency room or had a baby there. That the hospital that my mom was at, I had just thought about, wow, what a long time, from a positive perspective, what a long time it had been since we delivered my sister's middle child at that hospital, right? That, Kendra was born in that hospital. And, got to, I'm the first set of eyes that saw that baby. And that was such an honor. So one, don't want to, and so we just, when you live in a town or a place where there's a lot of events that happen around a hospital, you have a lot of different types of memories. Not all my memories are bad. But it also is to go, hey, can we openly and thoughtfully be kind to each other and to the lives that each of us have built when things are really rough or feeling tight or, uncomfortable. And elderly parents, aging is no joke. It's uncomfortable. It's a lot of things. So that's my life right now. I'm back in the Buick. Thanks for riding with me. I'm going to turn into my mom's house right now. So 12 minutes and 7 seconds is exactly how long it takes to get there. So thanks so much for being here. And there's my update on my life. Got to go over the Costco list now.